Is it peculiar that she twerk in the mirror? What's the price of fame? Am I a sinner with my skirt on the ground? Am I a freak for getting right? Am I a freak for getting down? Cut me up, don't cut me down. Yeah, I wanna be. Hey brother, can you save my soul from the devil? Say, is it weird to like the way she wear her tights? And is it rude to wear my shades? Am I a freak because I love watching Mary? Hey sister, am I good enough for your ever? Say, will your God accept me in my black and white? Would he approve the way I'm made? Or should I reprogram, deprogram, and get down? Am I a freak for getting right? Am I a freak for getting down? Cut me up, don't cut me down. Yeah, I wanna be. Even if it makes others uncomfortable, I will love you. Even if it makes others uncomfortable, cut me up, I will love who I am. Chasing a break of dawn. Don't make the nights so dark. I can't take it no more. Baby, me and Tuxedo Crew. That rose and in my door. Crazy in the black and white. We got the drum so tight. Baby, here comes the freedom song. Too strong, we moving on. Listen, it's melody. Show you another way. Big trying for far too long. Come home and sing your song, baby. But you got to pass the line. Because the booty don't lie. No, the booty don't lie. Oh no, the booty don't lie.
Yay! Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whatever time of day it is, wherever you are. Hello. Welcome. Happy Saturday. Ooh, I'm feeling very pink today. Rochelle showed me the face that she painted, so I needed to step up my game. So I put on a little bit of makeup tonight and I plumped my lips apparently. So hello everyone, good evening. Welcome to another fabulous live stream brought to you by the Imperial Court of Toronto. I am Regent Empress to Reign 34, Nikki Chin. First, a big thanks to you and for joining us. Don't forget to ask questions, say hi, and compliment us. I start off every show by giving thanks to our frontline workers all over the world. So on behalf of the Imperial Court of Toronto, all of its members and affiliates, thank you, frontliners. You have been working long, stressful, and tiresome hours. Thank you for continuing your work in keeping us safe and healthy. To all of the other essential workers, such as grocery store clerks, cooks, refuse collectors, custodial staff, teachers, and first responders, thank you for being there for us. On that note, the Imperial Court of Toronto would like to remind you to stay safe, social distance, wash your hands, carry hand sanitizer, spray or wipes, and wear a mask. Protect yourself in order to protect others. We are all in this together. Let's flatten the curve, get vaccinated, and stop COVID. Goodness gracious. I love that little speech. I do. It's wonderful. Well, cheers, everybody. I hope you have a beverage in your hand. I hope you're having a wonderful Saturday. The sun was out today. I know in Toronto, but I don't know if it was out where you were. Hello, Brody. Kiros. Mom is here. And Billy King Reynolds. Hello. Speaking of, I want to introduce my wonderful co-hosts for this evening. They are a power couple. They mean so much to somebody, I'm sure. They're such wonderful human beings. They mean a lot to me, I promise. This is Imperial Crown Princess 33, Miss Rochelle Valois, and Imperial Crown Prince 33, David Valois. Hello!
Hello!
Oh my goodness. Look at you two. Matchy, gorgeous.
We thought we'd dress up a little bit for tonight. Why not?
Yeah.
I mean, why not? Look,
If you get
Raquel,
makeup on, put some clothes on.
yeah. It's been a while. Oh, Rochelle, I wish you put as much makeup on as David did tonight. I don't know why you're being lazy. I don't understand.
Just a bit of what's that stuff called? Highlighter here, and that's all I did. Just a little, just a little dewy mist, and that's it.
Some lip gloss and a pair of earrings. Call it a day. Well, you both look wonderful tonight. Thank you so much for joining us here on our TICOT live stream. It has been a while, Rochelle, since you've been on a live stream. When was the last one?
The Christmas show?
December, yeah.
December?
It was. Well, welcome to your first live stream of 2021. Thank you so much. And David, thank you so much for being here as well. I believe you popped on the Christmas one?
Yeah, I was there. I did a little cameo, I think, for a few minutes, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, just to say
So
Merry
I
Christmas.
don't remember anymore.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I want to thank you so much for participating in this live stream, for being here. And I mean, you have your wife, as you know, is such a huge supporter of the Imperial Court of Toronto. She was the one who started these live streams and has let it flourish. And she continues making these posters and doing some of the producing, which we'll talk about a little bit later. I mean, she's producing tonight's show, so I mean, I don't have to do anything except talk. But you have come on this show because, I mean, you haven't been on one, and I mean, this is well, not this year again.
Yeah,
not a full show. So this is your first one that you're on, like the poster and everything like that. And I mean, you've watched them, but I'm hoping that we're gonna have a little fun today. We have a game coming up for you guys today, which is gonna be so much fun. So none of you at home know exactly what we're going to do for the game. And Rochelle and David don't really know what I'm going to be asking them, but it's all going to be questions. There's 20 questions involved, and that's all I'm saying for now. But you stay tuned for that. There's a prize in it for somebody.
Okay.
There's no prize.
Better win.
I'm competitive.
I know. I'm competitive too. So, I mean, and it's a couples game. So my husband's right here in his track pants and t-shirt. Wait, no, it's okay. He's like, I'll change. He's like, I'll wait till we get there. So, how have you been? Rochelle, actually, how have you been? What's COVID life treating you like? Are you working? Like, what's going on?
So yes, I'm working. I work in the dental field, and ironically enough, we are still not listed officially on any ranking list of when we're allowed to get vaccinated. But yeah, we were told by our college a couple weeks ago that we were added to the list. But when we saw the new release from the government on who was in phase 2, 3, 4, 5, nowhere does it specifically mention dental offices and dental staff. So we're a little confused of, are we one of those obligatory, mandatory work people? But so we're a little confused that we're not officially on a list. But we can, when you go onto like the pre-register websites, it does have us listed there. But on the official like newscast, they don't mention us.
That's so odd. I mean, I think like, but so how long, when did you go back to work?
So dental offices only shut down for 3 months starting March 16th. And we were back the first week of June, and I've been consistently working since.
Yeah.
I did do a career change during this whole thing and popped myself into more safer, happier, and more productive and supportive environment. So I feel safer going to work, and I feel supported and protected. So the stress level of this has drastically gone down. And I walk out the door, singing a tune, hearing birds when they're not singing, happy as can be.
She's your modern day Snow White, everybody. That's great. I'm so glad that you've been working, and I'm happy that your career change has become more positive, or come in a positive way, and it's doing good for you. And I mean, stress level is one thing. I mean, we're all stressed out with this pandemic, and like never really knowing like what to expect when you go outside. So just having that kind of career change that makes it positive for you, I think is really good, especially for your mental health, because let's be honest, we can crack at any moment these days. I feel like the past year has been just like everybody's just on edge.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. David, what about yourself? What's been going on with you there for work and whatnot?
So today is the 13th. So from the 15th of March, actually the 16th of March, it'll be exactly 1 year since I started working at home. And I have been working ever since. So I'm one of those lucky people that are able to actually work remotely. At the bank, most of our staff work remotely most of the year. And that's it. I live and work now. And have for the last year. And it's interesting when you're saying stress. We're starting to see people fall over with just burnout, like literal burnout, because of the continuous stress of not going anywhere, not being able to get somewhere to actually get a bit of a stress relief. Children at home, work, stress of COVID itself, etc. So it's been stressful for a lot of people. And in our particular case, we're lucky in that I have a space in the house that I could set up as my office. But I'm getting really tired staring into the same corner of the house it's been 12 months now.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, I mean, I have a lot of other friends as well who've been working from home, and yeah, I've heard that it's actually quite hard, because at first I'm a bartender by trade, so I haven't worked in about 17 years, and I mean, it feels like 17 years, but I actually went back to work when they were allowing it, and then they cut us off again at the end of November. So I've been out of work since beginning of December. But I've heard from a lot of my friends that actually working from home is not the easiest thing in the world. You would think it is. I mean, like, coming from like myself and what I don't have kids, I don't have anything, like I have no dependents. So to me, I'm just like, it's fine. And then then I have like people who have families, like I have aunts and uncles and my brothers and stuff, and they're just like, it's hell. I'm like, all right, well, I'm like, I didn't know that. I'm sorry.
It's not fun at all. I mean, I spend 7 hours a day on video conference, calls, etc. And seeing your face in front of you on Zoom, we don't use Zoom, we use something else, but Zoom fatigue is something that's real. I mean, you get tired, you're exhausted staring at yourself and people all day. And then once you're on video conference, you cannot walk away. You're sort of in, I was reading an article earlier this week around the impacts of sort of video conferencing, for example, and how different it is from people being in meeting rooms where you can actually look around and see other people and move around and twiddle your thumbs and that kind of stuff. But being full-time on video, you don't have that. And apart from the intensity of being on working remotely using video and conferencing, there's a bit of a sense of guilt that people deal with. I mean, I feel myself is like, I've been lucky enough to be able to work from home for the last year.
Right.
My life hasn't, other than sitting at home and staring into the same corner of the house, my life hasn't really been that badly impacted, where people like yourself are, out of a job. So there's a little bit of a nagging guilt all the time around, the lucky ones versus the ones that are not. And so it's very stressful. It's very stressful.
Yeah, I can't imagine, but I can imagine having to stay home and that and whatnot. Like, I don't stare at a computer for 7 hours a day, and I don't have to write emails or anything like that, which is great. However, I am technically always on the computer and always on my phone for 7 to 9 to 20 hours a day, because that's all I have going for me is social media and the Imperial Court of Toronto and the international court system. On that note, everybody, hello. Kyros, Imperial Crown Princess to Reign 34. Miss Andorra is watching. Empress of Buffalo, Connie Concepcion, hello, darling. It says, always great to see you, to Your Highness. You're a wonderful human being. And Dora's saying, hello to everyone. Wonderful to see you, Empress Connie, as well. Good evening, Your Majesty. You look fabulous as always. Love and miss you. I miss you, too. Kyros, you're great. Chantal Duvaldez. Brody is still here. Kyros, hello everyone. How is everyone doing today? Let us know. Talk to us. Okay, so now you're going to produce, Rochelle? I'm sitting like 8 feet away from my laptop trying to figure out what things are saying. You're just looking at yourself in the camera. This is not fair. Miss producer over here. There we go. It's good to hear Rochelle Valois. That's wonderful, Kyros. So speaking of, if you guys are at home, if you do have a spare dollar, hello, Janet from London, Empress Janet. Oh, wonderful, my Emperor, Jason the Just. Hello, a gracious good evening, Your Majesty, and their Imperial Highnesses. Wonderful. Hello, darling. My Emperor, not yours. So if you are at home, if you do have a spare dollar or a few, please donate. We are raising money for Toronto's PWA, the People with AIDS Foundation, their food program, on behalf of Reign 34. You can e-transfer to treasure@ticot.ca or go to our website, ticot.ca, and hit the donate button. And any dollar helps, every dollar helps, every cent helps, and we appreciate anything. And if you cannot do that, enjoy the show, because this is what we're here for. Rochelle and I put this makeup on for you guys. David put clothes on today for you guys. He's in a suit and tie. I commend him for that.
First time in a year I'm in a suit and tie. It's the first time in a year I'm in a suit and tie.
Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness. Well, hopefully it won't be the last. Hopefully you will have more chances to do this all the time. So, oh, my gosh, I appreciate you guys being here. IPR of London, Rachel, wonderful to see you. All miss you. We miss you, too. Connie's saying, I'm doing great. It was nice to be in the Waterfall Empire on Thursday. That's right. You know what? I missed that. But I heard it was a wonderful show, and Connie was here a couple Fridays ago with me. We did what did I call it, Rochelle? You made the poster. Tomfoolery Friday. That was fun. We had issues with the technology. We had just too much fun doing the stuff that we're doing. It's just crazy. So speaking of home life, So, David, I'm assuming you're like a professional chef now because you've been home all this time. So, I mean, I know this story, so this is why I'm teasing everybody. So, play along with me, everybody. So, what's been cooking lately? You know me, I have Cooking with Chin on Instagram. I love to cook home cooked meals, and I know you also like to cook. But what have you been cooking? What's been your favorite thing to do? Tell me all about it.
Okay, so. Is it the year and a half now? Year and a half ago or so, give or take, we started getting good food, like the good food boxes, getting those delivered every day. I will confidently say before we started getting it, I had no clue how to cook. I could throw a few things in a pot, heat it up, and that was about it.
Really?
I never cooked. Like I could help myself. I mean, I started off with Swanson dinners here in Canada when I moved here. So that was where my cooking started.
We're gonna go back to that. You keep talking. I'm making a mental note.
Yeah, don't hold it against me.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we decided to give it a try. One of my coworkers had recommended it, and like the first time the box arrived, I mean, those that don't know what it is, they ship a box once a week with a number of meals. You can have up to 7 meals, I suppose, in the week. And every day the meal is packaged separately. It's all the raw ingredients with the starch and the meat and the vegetables with a recipe card that you then make the meal. And we started getting into that. For the first thing we realized is the amount of spices we used or you should use. It's probably about 10 times as much as we used to use. But it was interesting how every time you made these meals, and they're not that complicated, we learned a little bit more about how to actually cook. Now, Dwayne usually does the cutting and dicing and all that kind of stuff. The mise en place. And I usually do the meat. Like I cook the meat portion of it. So it's about 50-50.
David brings the meat.
Yeah.
But we learned how to cook, like how you would cook something like the meat and how you would let it sit for 5 minutes for it to I don't know,
rest.
I don't know what's going on.
I love this.
Yes. So I can say we're fairly good cooks now, provided we get everything in a bag and there's a card that goes with it.
Provided there's a card, there's a recipe, it tells you what to do, it's all pre-cut. It's all
pre-cut. Yeah, this one does the cutting.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so we've started doing that, and now certainly in the last number of months, we've decided to do sort of a formal sit-down dinner every night. So we cook together, and then we sit at the dining room table and we listen to classical music. And have like half an hour, just eat our dinner and talk and that kind of stuff. It reminds me of when we were little kids, when we used to sit at the dinner table with my parents. So it's a little bit of a casting back to early childhood. But we
actually use the dining room table now. It's amazing.
Yeah. We used to go past the dining room table with the food up to the TV room.
Up to the TV room. That's what I figured. Yeah, that's what I figured you would do. It would just be like right to the TV room. Well, yeah. I mean, before meeting my husband and even living with each other and both having jobs and stuff, 47,000 years ago since COVID, he works at a furniture store. So he bought a dining room table with chairs around it and sofas instead of futons and stuff like that. And like, he made it a point to actually be like, we're going to eat here, like at the table. And now I can't eat anywhere else but the table. Before, it was always on the couch, on the futon, whatever, in front of the TV, in front of my laptop, like feet up, kind of just like there and whatever. But there's something about, and you're right, it's bringing you back to your childhood with your family eating around the dinner table. And there's just something about that where when you're, with your spouse, with your family, even by yourself, eat at the table, make it an experience and have that. That's your downtime. That's your time to kind of like reflect on your day. You get to enjoy your meal. You actually get to chew.
Exactly. Yeah.
Instead of scarfing it down, being like, I don't want to drop anything on my couch or anything. You're like, you're at the anyway. But I mean, I've been doing that for years now, sitting at the dining room table, and I've tried to literally. I mean, again, I've been home since November or since the beginning of December, and like I've brought like my sandwich to the living room here, and I'm like, no. And I'm like, granted, my dining room is right next to me, so
if you move to it, correct?
Yes, I literally just have to like stand up and go to another chair. Like it's not a huge issue, but that's so funny. So going back to Swanson dinners,
yeah, lean cuisine, yes.
So why Swanson dinners, first of all, and secondly, how long were you eating those prior to you actually like getting like meals?
Well, so I used to have meals as well. I had a binge on the Swanson dinners. When I moved to Canada in 1999, I arrived first. So I was with my ex, now my ex, obviously, because I'm with my wife. But the person I knew before that, he was a chef. So he was like a full-on chef.
Oh, wow.
And when we moved to Canada, we moved together, but I arrived about 3 or 4 weeks before he did. And in that period of showing up in Canada, I was living up in North York at the time. In turn, I didn't have a chef to cook for me. I always had a chef to cook for me, so I just found Lean Cuisine in the I forget what it was, President's Choice or something.
Yeah, in the freezer aisle. Yeah, right next to the Michelinas and the
Yeah, and I just started eating them, and I frankly really enjoyed them, to be honest.
They're not terrible.
They're not. They're not. Like the turkey dinner one is really good, actually. So, ever since I figured out they were pretty damn bad for you, but they taste good. And I did that for a period of time, and then my ex showed up, and back to cooking every day. So it was a short period of time, and then since Dwayne and I were together, Rochelle and I, sorry, Rochelle and I, okay. You've been doing most of the sort of assembling of food, but I wouldn't necessarily call it cooking until most recently.
Okay.
This is now called Couples Calling, everybody.
I've learned some skills, definitely, but I am a good cook and an excellent baker.
Excellent baker. Yes.
That's very true. I was gonna go on that right after. I've had some of your baked goods, and the people who are here right now. First of all, Connie, Fridays for Tomfoolery Friday, we'll talk. We'll figure that out. I'm doing about 17 shows this month, so I mean, Fridays may not happen. And Dora's saying, wonderful idea, Empress Connie. So that seems like Imperial Crown Princess Terrain 34 and Dora is going to host that show with Connie. Great, sounds good. She's volunteering. I appreciate that. We'll talk though, Connie. We'll talk. Nothing wrong with frozen meals. I live off of them as the Bachelorette. Yeah, absolutely. Emperor Stephanie Bice, hello, darling. Hello from the Waterfall Empire. Sweetheart, nice to see you pop in. Appreciate it. So you're baking. So I've had cookies from you, but nothing else. What's your baking, like, what do you like to bake?
So my favorite and showstopper is my apple pie. I use my grandmother's recipe, which is my great-grandmother's recipe on my dad's side. And it's like a Scottish recipe, Scottish recipe that's been handed down for, I don't know who originally made it, but it is the best apple pie in the world, if you ask me. I've made a few gingerbread houses from scratch. One year I replicated our house.
No.
And one Christmas I baked every traditional baked good that every grandmother, aunt, nanny baked, and I filled our dining room table with baked goods from end to end. It was like 4 days of baking.
Yeah,
my family showed up. My family showed up. My mom showed up, and we did all the baked goods of both sides of the family. That was pretty amazing.
That was a big adventure that I will never repeat again because
Well, I don't know about that. We're gonna have to plan something together and do that again. Maybe not a 4-day one. I don't know about that. Tay Tay, hello, Imperial Crown Princess Tay Tay, darling, nice to see you. Ooh, from Nova Scotia, Empress Dottie Rose, darling. Oh, I'll be making apple pie. Yes, you are, tomorrow. Dottie, is it your recipe that you use, or is it a family recipe, or do you use another chef's recipe? Let me know. AVA Productions.
That is Patrick.
Oh, thanks for keeping up, Rochelle. That is the current regent emperor of Nova Scotia, Atlantic Nova Society. Imperial Sovereign Court of Atlantic Nova Society. I have to get this right because March 27th from 8 to 10 p.m. on TICOT Livestream, I am joined by Regent Emperor and Regent Empress of the Imperial Sovereign Court of Atlantic Nova Society, Miss Vicky and Patrick. It's going to be wonderful. It'll be swell. I don't know. The only Nova Scotian people we've had here were Christy Davidson and Bunny Lepin. I don't think we've had an Emperor Empress from Nova Scotia on this reign, for this reign. So we'll, I mean, I don't know really what happens every day, so we'll find out. Dottie Rowe, it's my grandmother's, and I have done alterations to. Yeah, and you know what? That's the best thing to kind of do to you. You want to put like your twist on it, unless it's obviously it's a perfect recipe, then you don't want to touch it. Oh, thank you, Patrick. I appreciate that. Like, what is AVA Productions? I'm like, oh, who's seeking us out for some sponsor? And it's like, no, just Emperor. Great. So I cook, you bake. So I think there needs to be some sort of amalgamation where, but baking takes a while, no? So I mean, we couldn't do like a live stream where it's like Rochelle's gonna bake a 3-tier cake and ice it and frost it and decorate it in 2 hours.
Unless I did all the stages in advance. So I had like the prep the cake part. So like, you know, like a cookie show does it.
Cooking show, yeah.
I mean, granted, these competition shows, they have like an hour to make like 78,000 cupcakes and decorate them all.
You usually get 4 hours.
All right, we'll do an extended live stream. No, I'm kidding. we can do a I don't know. We'll figure it out. I don't know. I think that would be fun. I want to do a cooking one at some point. I'll be doing. With your apple pie, Rochelle. Did you change up the recipe a little bit, or do you follow literally what like your great grandmother has done?
So there is a huge history on my father's side that when they hand down a recipe, they remove at least 3 steps. Yeah. Because they always want it, because if you show up, if they're still alive, and you show up and you bring their apple pie, they never want yours to be better than theirs. But I baked it so many times as a little kid with my grandmother that when she gave me the recipe, I was like, there's some steps missing, and I recall those steps. So I remembered it and tweaked it and made it better, and mine's better. So.
I love that so much. That is so smart.
Yeah. Yeah,
that
they're
is
handed
so
down by 2 steps.
Yeah.
Or swap an ingredient.
Or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. Empress Dottie is saying, I'll be doing a fundraiser with baking in April, pies and sweets. So that's great. I think that'll be amazing. Especially coming out of the colder season, like desserts are a thing. And I don't know about you guys, but I've been eating more sweets than normal.
Yeah. That's one of the worst things about working from home. And I actually had to move. I used to sit at the dining room table when I started working from home, and I would be on a conference call, and for some reason, halfway through the conference call, I would just suddenly realize I'm in the kitchen in front of the kitchen cabinets being open and me looking for food. And I had to physically move to a different part of the house to not find my way to the kitchen every time I'm in the middle of something. But still, there's this this tendency to just, if you're in the house, there's this tendency, especially when you're bored and there's no entertainment or no change in scenery, you're tended like, oh, let me just eat something.
Yeah, and no one there to tell you not to have anything.
Yes.
Yeah. Or and you're the self-control, like it's not even there. Self-control is not even there.
My shoulder says, don't do it. It's like, okay, goodbye.
Yeah. I want to thank Aunt Janet and Tammy for sending me that big box of sweets. I feel like it was like 2 days ago, and it's about 95% done. So thank you for that. I appreciate it. I think I have a cavity coming in, but you know what? It was worth it. And I'll be going to Rochelle's office soon to get it. We'll see. Rochelle, is it okay if you do a number for us?
Definitely.
Amazing. Let's pop you off the screen. I'll talk for a second. You get ready.
I will do that.
Well, thank you so much, everybody, for joining us here for another TICOT live stream here on Saturday. I am, again, Regent Empress Terrain 34 of the Imperial Court of Toronto, as I toss my hair back, Miss Nikki Chin. I'm very happy that you all are here. Say hello, say hi, talk to each other, talk to us. I'll try and get to you as much as possible. Yes, Tay sweets, all the sweets, get the sweets. All of tell me what your favorite candy is. I'll tell you what my favorite candy is after Rochelle is done performing, and they will tell you theirs as well. If you have a spare dollar, if you have anything that you can give, we're raising money for Reign 34's charity of choice this year, which is Toronto's People with AIDS Foundation, their food program. Any dollar counts, every dollar counts, but you count more. So if you cannot donate, that is okay. Enjoy the show, be entertained, laugh, smile, and have a drink or 18. Speaking of drinks, she's not as tall as me, but she's a tall glass of water anyway. She's a tall glass of vodka. Please, without further ado, welcome to the live stream, the screen, your bedroom, your bathroom, your living room, your dining room, wherever you may be watching this. This is Imperial Crown Princess 33 of the Imperial Court of Toronto, Miss Rochelle Valois.
I put a spell on you because you're mine. You better stop the things you do. I tell you I ain't lying. You know I can't stand it. You're running around. You know better, daddy. I can't stand it because you put me down. Oh no, I put a spell on you. Because you're mine. Oh my. You know I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you anyhow. And I don't care if you don't want me. I'm yours right now. I put a spell on you. Because you're mine. You know I can't stand it. You're running around. You know better than it. I can't stand it because you put me down. Ooh, I put a spell on you. Because you're mine. Because you're mine. Because you're mine.
Yay! You look. Just show your face. Just. You haven't put a face on since before the new year. Good for you. I take 2 weeks off and I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. You look fantastic. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Thank you, darling. Oh, I appreciate that. Your mother says, great job.
Thanks, Mommy.
Thanks, Mom. Appreciate it. So Tay-Tay's Swedish fish. Yeah. So, oh, good. Oh, good. I was worried that there wasn't going to be a costume change. Unacceptable. You look fantastic. Oh my. Yes. Look, the two of you together. Gross. Just
X-rated now.
Sensory. Swedish fish, so good. I agree with you. Aunt Janet says Annie's. So I think Annie's is Annie's, right?
Pretzels.
Annie's pretzel. They're chocolate covered.
Nope.
Oh, Annie's like pretzels?
Actual pretzels.
No, I don't think that's what she's saying, because the chocolates that she gave me were from Annie's, or like the brand is Annie's, but it was other stuff. So I mean, maybe that's what she's talking. Oh, JJ Murray, nice to see my TICOT family. JJ Murray, hello. My voice went so high. Oh, wonderful. So nice to see you, darling. I hope you're well. Let us know how you are. Tay-Tay is Savannah. Wait, is Savannah here?
No.
No. Empress Becca Blake, hello, darling. Your Empress. Annie's chocolates. Yes. I have those still. I have those in my fridge. I keep chocolate in the fridge or the freezer because it happens. It's better that way. It doesn't melt as fast when you eat it. It makes you think that you're eating healthier if it's hard, not melting in your mouth. That's the only one. Chocolate covered butter tarts. Have you ever had that?
Nope.
Have you guys ever had chocolate covered butter tarts?
I've had chocolate glazed butter tarts.
I don't eat butter tarts.
I don't eat butter tarts either.
Yeah, there's something about them I just cannot stand.
A little bit off. Okay, do you like pecan pie?
No.
Yeah. Okay,
No.
cool. Same.
And pumpkin pie. I don't touch pumpkin pie either.
You're off the show. No. That was it. That's where we drew the line. Costume change, sure. Not putting makeup on, I'll get over it.
I'm from South Africa. We eat pumpkins as vegetables. We don't eat them as pie.
Because it's a squash.
It's a squash,
It's edible in that form. So okay. So
But they also call every squash pumpkin. So it's a little confusing.
That is.
Oh, really?
Little gem squashes.
Everything else is pumpkin.
Everything else is pumpkin, yes.
So little gem squashes are squash.
Yeah.
But every other squash in the squash family, not zucchini, obviously.
No, not zucchini. No.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, every other squash is typically called just a pumpkin.
That's funny.
Well, you
So
got the big, like round green one. We call it farmer's pumpkin, and everything else is pumpkin.
okay. Oh, the big green is acorn squash.
No, the big one, like it's this big. It's not the acorn squash. Acorn squash is about this.
A pumpkin they call a farmer's pumpkin.
Oh. That's so fun. Oh, okay, bye. Thank you. Good night.
We got some
Is that thing overheating again?
Oh, it does that. Is that the ring light?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it burning?
If you plug it into the computer, it's better. I learned that the hard way. So JJ Murray is saying chocolate covered bacon. That's fun.
Well,
JJ,
anything.
well, yeah, that's true. Bacon on the Elvis donut. It's a caramel glazed donut with chocolate, peanuts, and bacon. That's really good.
You need to use the other device. Take Nikki full screen. We'll deal with it. We're going to put you full
We'll
screen.
be right back. We're having some technical difficulties with the system.
I'm good at talking. I don't know if you know that.
Okay.
Empress Dottie, deep fried butter tarts in a batter, then served with ice cream and caramel sauce. That sounds insanely rich. Also, anything deep fried. So anything bacon and anything deep fried. I'm down. What else? So JJ, are you wondering where you could find the chocolate covered butter tarts? Ask Janet. No. Who said that? I'm losing track. Yeah, Janet. Aunt Janet. Hi, Ralph. Oh, darling. Hello, sweetheart. Nice to see you again. I hope you're well. I know you've been so busy. So crazy. I've been following you on Facebook. I miss you. Christine Neal. Licorice all sorts. I can eat a pound of those in a day. What does everybody think about black licorice? Let's talk about that for a second. I am okay with it. Not my first choice, but it's not, I don't hate it. Especially if it has some sort of sweetness to it, like pure black licorice, can't do. But like black licorice with like a sweetness to it, or like a sugar on top or something like that, totally fine. Or a deep fried black licorice. No, I'm kidding. But no, it's black licorice is fine with me. Camille says yum. Aunt Jenna says yum yum. Chocolate is essential, retaining my supermodel figure. Yes, I love it. What do you? Oh, IPR Rachel. Chocolate covered gummy bears are crazy good too. So Aunt Janet gave me. There were chocolate covered Swedish berries. Those were amazing, and chocolate covered sour keys. Those are really good too. Also, I didn't know that they were chocolate covered, those candies. And I put them in the fridge. Don't put those ones in the fridge because the gummy gets hard and it becomes very difficult to chew. So if it's a chocolate covered like gummy candy, do not put it in the fridge. Welcome back.
Hi.
I missed you so.
Yeah.
I missed you so. So I want to talk a little bit about your guys' like adventure with the Imperial Court of Toronto. Rochelle, I want to know like what inspired you to do drag. I know we've talked about this before, but I like to remind people about it, and I think that everybody deserves to hear these stories. So first off, let's talk about what made you want to become a part of the Imperial Court of Toronto or the international court system to begin with.
So actually, to be honest, never heard of it before. We've been working on that and getting our reputation out there better. But I was at Woody's one night with a bunch of friends, and a friend of mine showed up with Jason, and he said, "Oh, this is my friend Jason. He's running for the Emperor of TICOT." And I went,
Huh?
I was like, what are you talking about? So they gave me a brief synopsis of what it was. And then I started messing back and forth with my friends to get more information about what the Imperial Court system was. Went on the website, didn't get much from there. It's a new one now. And then I finally just said, okay, what's a good event for us to show up to? And it's like, and he knew David and knew of David's uniform collection. So he said, oh, come to a state dinner. They're a lot of fun. It's very social, easy thing. So we both of us showed up as boys because I didn't know how really knew how the court system worked and how like drag had worked because I'd never done it before.
Right.
So we showed up as boys. We were lucky enough to be set at the head table with the Emperor and Empress, which was Nikki and Jason at that time, yourself and Jason. And then we said, oh, this is a really cool group. So then I remember saying, I was like, oh, maybe I'll show up like once or twice a year in drag. That was before I even knew the terminology. Now I would say in face. And And then so I showed up to my first one, felt as ugly as possible. But everyone was so friendly and so welcoming. It's like, oh, I got some extra jewelry for you. I got some dresses. I got some wigs. And it was just such an overwhelming, welcoming group. And it's like, and we were also looking for a group that we could get involved with. It was community-based and charity-based, because we kind of reached a point in our lives where we felt it was time that we started giving back. And so TICOT was just seemed to fit the mold. And the more we got involved, the more we traveled around with the court system, the more we fell in love.
Yeah, we sort of felt that we're not going to have kids, and we want to sort of leave some sort of a legacy. And the only way you leave a legacy if you don't have kids is participate in the community and do something to make the world a better place. And TICOT had everything we wanted. I mean, she wanted to do drag, I wanted to wear uniforms, and we're raising money for charity. And it's good times all around. So. It was a good fit for exactly what we were looking for, and we've been enjoying it ever since. So that's what, 3-4 years now?
No, this we're going on 4 years.
Yeah, it would be 4 because I reigned in 30. And so if you came in like right before I started reigning, then yeah, you'd be going into your 5th year pretty in the next.
No, 4 years. Our first event we showed up to was your first investiture.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it was part way through 30. Okay. Yeah. So, oh my God, hello, Nathan. Hello. From Alberta, amazing. What's Dottie saying? Dottie planning on it. Janet, they're having full conversations that we're not even a part of. They're having, that's fine. So everybody, if you visit TICOT.ca, Rochelle has done a wonderful job with our website. It's become very, very user-friendly and much more appealing. So if you do want to find out more about the Imperial Court of Toronto or the International Court System, there are links to that on TICOT.ca. That's TICOT.ca. You can also hit the donate button on TICOT.ca if you do have a spare $1. If not, that's okay. Enjoy the show, be entertained, have fun with us, talk to us, or talk amongst yourselves, apparently. That's totally fine. Make sure you compliment us because we could not leave the house looking like this. So make sure you tell us via texting that we look acceptable in this light. So I guess. I don't know.
Asked a question if I'd be taking on any drag children. I don't want real children. I don't want drag children. I feel, since I've come into the drag community, I feel that the drag mother role is a very, to me, it's something you shouldn't take on lightly, and you should be really willing to put in the time to mentor someone, show them the ropes. And the fact that I'm not a bar drag queen, I wouldn't make the best drag mother because I would have no connections to get you into the bar scene and get your drag career started. I could teach you to paint and teach you how to make outfits, but I don't need to be your drag mother to do that. I can be your drag sister.
So my rebuttal to that, because I think what makes a great drag mother is someone who does teach you makeup, teaches you the hair, teaches you the costumes, doesn't necessarily have to bring you to the bars and introduce you to the bar scene or the owners or anything like that. It also depends on what kind of career you want to build out of drag itself. My drag mother is Carlotta Carlisle, a past Imperial Crown Princess and a past Miss Trillium. And she taught me how to do makeup. She taught me how to wear clothes, what tights were, what tucking was, hair, everything like that. When it came to actually getting booked and going, getting booked in bars and whatnot, she would just tell me, go out, go to the bars, say hi to people and talk to people. Luckily, I'm a social butterfly in that manner. So it wasn't too difficult for me to be like, okay, like I'll slap on some, lip smackers, a smoky eye and a hairpiece and go out and pretend like I'm hot stuff and get a booking. It took me a minute to get a booking, but at the same time, it's all about socializing and getting to know people. But I think a good drag mother just kind of lends a hand and lends somebody, you know, a way to feel confident. So, I mean, whether or not you want to be a drag mother, I've been doing drag for over 10 years. I'm still not a drag mother. I have no want to become a drag mother. I have a drag sister, but I took her name. Like I was kind of like her bag boy for a while, and then finally I started doing drag, and then she was like, well, just have the Chin name, and I said, okay, cool. And then we just became drag sisters at that point, because she didn't really teach me anything, just introduced me to people, and so we became sisters that way. And also, a chosen family is the best family. I think it's having a drag mother, a drag sister, or if you're a king, if you have a drag father or whatever, like, I think that's like the mentorship for the chosen family in the entertainment industry, I think is really cool, because we will support each other, but we will also compete against each other, which is, we love competing against each other. Anyway, I can go on and on about that. So I want to know, Rochelle, what your you started these live streams, and so I have to admit something. The other day when I was going through you know, stuff I was going to talk to you guys about, and you know, putting all this together, I watched the very first live stream. Again, I did watch it the first night, obviously, but that was almost a year ago. And
24th?
so,
Yeah.
March 24th, 29th, something like that.
no, it was April something. It was like April 2nd.
It was 2 weeks after the lockdown started. So yes, it's either the very last weekend of March or the very first week of April.
Yeah.
It's like one of those. So I want to know from you, because I compliment you all the time during these live streams about you're the one that got this started and stuff like that. Why?
I don't know. I just got. I was angry that I lost the connection from our court system and all our friends. And, you know, I was recently appointed ICP 30 to the 33rd reign. And I was like, you know, it was kind of like, I don't know, I just felt that.
Weren't we supposed to go to some coronation that weekend?
I think we're supposed to do a coronation that weekend or something. And I was just, I don't know, I just said, well, I'm not going to let this stop me. I'm going to do a live stream. I'm going to figure this out. And I'm just going to say hi to everyone if someone wants to watch in and listen to me be a fool and try to talk. And it was just outstanding, the amount of people that tuned in, and then the amount of people that messaged me afterwards, thanking me for breaking the craziness, aloneness from what COVID drastically did to us all in such a snap. Like it caught us off by guard. And I just
So quick.
So I said, well, yes, I got to keep doing this, because there was such a, you know, a lot of people saying you got to do another one, you got to do another one. And I was like, well, we'll see how well this one does.
Well, and exactly, and it's hard to. I feel you in the live stream perspective. It's hard to feel confident on continuing those, because it's like you put your first live stream up, you have 3 viewers the whole time. I know you had more. I'm just saying, but like you have a very small amount of people, and you're just like, why? Like after it, you're just like, why? And then you just get these messages coming in, or even afterwards when people, they may have not been a part of the live, but they were able to watch it afterwards, or at least skim through it afterwards. So like 2 days later, or 3 days later, a week later, you're probably getting these messages saying, like, that was so cool. Wow, you did a great job. I'm so happy you did Never Enough, like stuff like that. And I mean, how and why you started the live streams is amazing. And I mean, I jumped on it. I saw the opportunity. I jumped on it.
On that train.
I'll be completely honest with you. when someone comes up with a good idea and I like it, I'm going to 100% contact them and dip my toes into that little pond, which, I mean, it became a lake. And I mean,
it's interesting when you so having watched every single one from the start,
yeah.
you had to. It was interesting to see how everybody found their, for lack of a better word, their sea legs as they were doing this. The first time you did it, the first time as Drew did it, the first time Connie did it, the first time, like the how the confidence built the more people did it, and how now it's just like everybody's doing it, and it's such a, it's just the way we do it now, and everybody seems so comfortable with it. It was fun to see that sort of it grow up from nothing to what it is today.
Well, exactly. I mean, and that was the thing at first, like the first few months, if not 6 months of doing live streams, everyone was just like, we're going to try this. We don't know what it's going to be like. We don't know where it's going to go. Like when we're on these live streams, everybody literally in this chat right now has either been in a live stream, produced a live stream, or have done a live stream. And I mean, they understand that, like, sure, my webcam light is on. Is anybody here? Like, we don't know this. Like, it's just like, I'm just talking to literally this, I'm in a box this big and I'm talking to myself. Like, I don't know exactly what's happening, but I mean, it's having the courage and having the want to do this. So, I mean, on behalf of the Imperial Court of Toronto, on behalf of the international court system, by the way, being that TICOT was the first ones to do a live stream, I just want to say thank you to the both of you for allowing this to happen, and this platform to happen, and for people to want to view it, and for people to, just be so happy that it was happening. And I really appreciate it. Let's say a hi to people. Also, all the people that are Robin Deering's daughters, good for you. Good. Honestly, I have the Candace Kelly daughter, like, going for me. But like with the Robin Deering one too, like, come on, use that for the rest of your life, because that is amazing. Everyone is going to just love you from the get-go if you're like, I'm Robin Deering's daughter. Okay. We know you. We know exactly who you are. Let's get you a Bombay gin. Let's have that happen. Billy King Reynolds, actually, Maybella, I have been watching this live stream right from the beginning. Maybella has not missed a live stream from the very get-go. So, I mean, thank you so much for our committed members who continue to watch these live streams, be a part of it. She's won a lot of auction prizes, which I'm hoping that she's opened them finally, because it's been a while. King Father and Ultima, George Palmer. He's in Port Hope right now. Actually, speaking of Port Hope, and Billy Blake is here, Imperial Crown Prince 32. So speaking of Port Hope, next Saturday, March 20th, we have a Drag King TICOT live stream coming up your way. Imperial Crown Prince 32 of the Imperial Court of Toronto, Mr. Billy Blake, will be hosting that with Oliver Closeoff of Port Hope, and Just in Case from the Imperial Sovereign Court of Los Angeles and Hollywood. So many names. Wow. Why? Yeah. So I'm very excited to have those three. I'm producing that one, by the way, Rochelle, so don't worry about it. Yeah, right? You heard it here now. But you're making the poster. Appreciate you. Yeah. Thank you. Surprise. So I'm very happy to have them next Saturday from 8 to 10 p.m. Make sure that you tune in. It's going to be the first full Drag King show that we've had. One is not a member of the international court system, so we're trying to give him the nudge in. So we're kind of hoping that he'll appreciate it. So make sure you tune into that. Make sure you make them feel welcome. Make sure that you are entertained. And if you can, again, donate. E-transfer to treasure@ticot.ca. Go to our website, ticot.ca, and hit the donate button. And if you can't, just be entertained, just have fun, chit chat, and have a great time. I just got back running errands and still watched. Yes, I have opened the gifted, so I used the raffle draws for. Oh, that's wonderful. I love that. You know what? And yeah, reuse those for more raffles because, I mean, it's spreading the love. You know, do what you can for your community. Stacy Coney Bear, yes, looking amazing tonight. You are as well, I'm sure. Emperor Patrick, I help Dottie to make these streams to happen in Halifax. Yes, you do. Actually, Patrick actually produces all of the streams that they do in Halifax, and he does a wonderful job. I believe they use StreamYard. Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah. So StreamYard is a thing. And we use BeLive, which is great, and we've had such amazing rapport with them. Okay. Oh my God, I'm so excited about this. We're gonna start the game. We're gonna play a game. It's gonna be a game. That was the intro song. But so, as you know, Rochelle and David are married, and you know I'm married as well. So tonight we are going to play the very first and hopefully not the last edition of the Not So Newlywed Game. Intro! Yay! You have to see that you're not on the screen. This is his first day. Move your chair forward. Stop petting Lily. Move this out of the way. Good. We're doing well. We're doing well. There we go. Hello, everyone. Oh, welcome to the live stream. My husband, not yours. Consort to Regent Empress 34, Mr. Jason Chin. Deuces. Sir, do you have your cards?
Yep. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, did you put the title up?
I did.
It's not almost newlywed. We're not almost newlywed. We are not so newlywed.
I must have misheard it.
You're hilarious. I love it. almost newlywed means we're fiancés.
Yeah, I am.
I mean, it can go on. It's fine. Almost newlywed, as in like
we're not so.
We're almost back to newlywed. I love it. So I'll explain the game. If you guys know, the Newlywed Game from years and years ago. I'm assuming I think they have like either reruns or a reproduction of the show happening right now. But we are going to play the Not So Newlywed Game with the four of us. I have all the questions. We each have a card that one says me and the other one says your spouse's name. Can't see her. It's really bright.
How does this game work?
So how does this game? I'm going to tell you.
I have never played this game.
That's okay.
So
there we go.
Okay.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you who is the biggest whatever, the prettiest whatever, the best blah blah blah. So you either give yourself the I am, or you give yourself my spouse is.
Okay.
You hold up their name. If you do match, then your team gets a point. If you do not match each other, if you do not match each other, then you do not get a point.
Who's keeping score?
Who's keeping score? Not us.
Someone on your end.
Someone on my end.
Lily.
Our dog will keep score. I promise. She's very good at math.
If Becca's still watching, Becca, keep score.
Yeah, go for it.
You sure?
I think we can remember who won.
I mean, I think we could figure it out. But I have pencil crayons here. I can keep score.
They're colored pencils, not pencil crayons.
They're pencil crayons. Oh, they are colored pencils. I don't know the difference. All right. Here is the game. Can you see our cards? It's still bright, eh?
But if you go closer.
Oh, if you go closer, it's better? Oh, yeah. Okay, cool.
Okay.
So have one in one hand. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Oh, how cute.
Well, they can see theirs.
Yeah, that's fine. So I'm going to start with the questions. Who is the pickier eater? Ready? 3, 2, 1. Seriously? Good for
Point.
that. I am not. I am not
I'll
the
eat
picky
whatever
eater.
is on the table. You don't even eat onions.
Just onions. You don't like beets?
Yeah,
The intent is to still be wed after this game.
yeah. I don't like where this is.
Sweet potato.
Sweet
No,
potato.
he doesn't. Jason
Oh, he
doesn't eat
does.
sweet potato.
That was just the first question. I don't know. I'm not happy about this. Who stays up later? 3, 2, 1. Nice.
2 points us, 1 point you.
Oh, yeah. Okay, we got it,
Yeah,
we got
thank
it.
you. Thank you. I thought you said we were keeping score, not you. So I'm upset with you. Who sleeps in longer? 3. Stop putting it up until I say go, because I can say
They got
3,
it.
2, 1. Yeah. 3, you. Who snores the louder, or who? Who snores the loudest? 3, 2, 1.
Oh, we're jumping ahead.
I love it. This is great. I love this. Who takes longer to get ready? 3, and not including drag. Obviously. 3, 2, 1. You still do. Okay, explain yourself, Rochelle.
So I love being in the shower. So I use 2 different hair products, a face product and a body product. Then when I get out of the shower, I have a toner, a retinol, a vitamin C, a serum, and then a sunscreen. Then I brush my teeth, comb my hair. Yeah.
This
I
is what we
didn't
have to
get
look
wet
forward
really
to.
And this is why you still look gorgeous. Good for you. Keep up that routine. You are allowed. You are allowed. Who watches more television? 3, 2, 1.
I don't know.
You don't know?
I guess that makes sense. You're up longer.
I'm up long, but I'm also home all the time.
Oh, that's true.
Which I'm surprised David doesn't watch more television than Rochelle.
I don't know.
Oh, really?
I have 1 or 2 shows I would watch. If I do more than 2, maybe 3 hours max in a day,
Yeah.
I get antsy. Like I know I don't want to sit. I sit in front of a computer screen all day. I don't want to sit in front of a bigger screen all day.
Another screen. Yeah, exactly.
I get the morning screen. Are you still watching? Yes, I am.
Yes, of course. Why are you judging me?
Did you see me move? And okay, so when we do watch TV together and stuff, who has control of the remote? 3, 2, 1. I love it.
Well, it depends for us. If it's
You already answered.
You're right.
That's always my
but it's
show.
always so. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
We have this rule that we only have 1 TV in the house. I will never have a TV in a bedroom. So if Dwayne watches something,
Rochelle.
I can't watch anything. Well, Rochelle watches something, I can't watch.
Right.
And vice versa. So
Who's this Dwayne fucker?
This is strange.
It's the X. It's the X we were talking about before. I love it. All right, next question. Who is on their phone more? 3, 2, 1. What?
That's not true.
You literally put you up.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
How do you play this game?
You got one wrong. That means we're tied now. Finally.
yeah.
Finally.
So I'm on conference calls all the time, but it's video calls and it's work related. He calls people socially all the time.
We'll be watching TV together, and he's constantly showing me, look at this photo, look at this photo.
That
look
is
at this
not-
photo. On your phone.
On your phone, man, having a phone call. Not staring at a screen.
No, they mean on your phone, using your phone, not
Oh,
just
actually using that's staring at the screen, or using the phone for what it's intended, which is making phone calls.
Using
they're ignoring you. They're asking using the phone, not calling.
in general, using a phone.
Me.
Yep. All right, next question. Who would rather stay in?
Mhm.
3, 2, 1. Yeah. The husbands. The girls want to go out on the prowl. We want to let loose, let our hair down.
That's enough out of you.
All right. I've had 2 glasses of wine, everybody. Oh, too much, too much. Who chooses the restaurant? 3, 2, 1. Oh wow. Okay. And why does David normally choose the restaurant? Because he's the pickier eater?
No, this one's just totally indecisive. I say, "Shall we go out for dinner?" Yes. Where do you want to go? I don't know. Where do you want to go?
But also, if we're going to go to like a nice restaurant, because he used to work downtown, he knows all the restaurants because he goes to them all for lunch. So I'm going to choose someone who knows, let someone choose who's been to them and knows if it's food that, well, I'll like anything, but if it's that we would, yeah.
I get it. I always have Jason choose the restaurant. Okay, also, synopsis of this. Jason is gluten intolerant and lactose intolerant, so even choosing a restaurant is a little bit difficult. So I have Jason choose the restaurant all the time just because of health restrictions and stuff, like allergy restrictions and stuff like that. Moving on. Who said "I love you" first? 3, 2, 1.
I don't remember.
She's like, "You don't remember? Just pick the right one." Easy solution for this. Pick the right one.
Yeah.
And you know what? I still haven't said it back. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Get out.
Yeah, right. Who is, get this, the better kisser? 3, 2, 1.
Oh, you got one wrong.
Yeah, that's what I was going for. Yeah, not as in that's cute that you chose each other.
It takes you to kiss. So yeah, kiss is bad if one of the two is bad. So I don't know.
True. So that means one of you is a bad kisser.
Whatever.
He's like, I'm fine with it.
We're happy we lost that point.
I also have 3 clips, so I mean it's a lot easier to be a better kisser.
What was your answer? What was your answer?
I'm the better kisser.
You're the better kisser. Okay.
Yeah. We all knew this.
It depends on who you're kissing.
Oh, that's true. Who gives better hugs? 3, 2, 1. Oh, really?
Yeah. I hate hugs.
That's cute. Yeah, but you give good hugs. I like your hugs.
Oh, thanks.
I give a better hug because I'm a little bigger, so you can sort of reach over properly. The taller person typically gives a better hug because the smaller person gets.
Oh yeah. See, I think I just appreciate hugs. So I mean, any hug you give me, whether it's never or today. Who is the tidiest? 3, 2, 1. Oh, 3, 2, 1.
What? That's totally not true.
Absolutely true.
We're in the lead again.
I said
no. I think
no. They were in the lead with the last one.
No, we tied. Oh, then we're really in the lead now.
Oh, sorry. Are you keeping score or am I keeping score?
As long as I'm winning, I don't care who's keeping score.
I have the bet. I can do as many as I want. No, you clean more, but I'm the tidier one. Yes.
No.
Oh my God. Whatever.
I don't agree.
Whatever.
When I met Michelle, I could not see the floor of the bedroom. There was so much clothing scattered over his entire room. For the first several months, I didn't know the color of the floor. And when we moved in, I said, that'll never happen in this house.
Yeah. You're like, not gonna be a thing. Not gonna be. I am so tardy.
You're totally not.
Whatever. Who is the funniest? 3, 2, 1. Yay! I mean, it just makes sense. I did that question just for us, Rochelle. Just saying. Who is the better cook?
We already know the answer to this.
3, 2, 1. I guess we talked about this earlier. Yeah. I guess we kind of gave that answer away.
I don't know if it's the better cook. You enjoy it more.
I'm the better cook.
Yeah, whatever.
Thank you. Who is more adventurous? It does in general. It could be
In what aspect?
okay. I said in general. You could keep it any way you think. Who is more adventurous? Whether it be outside, indoors, whatever.
I don't know that it changes my answer.
3, 2, 1. Oh. I want to know what the reasoning is behind that.
You tell. You say why you.
Can we say it or no? It's up to you.
Well, sexually, I was more adventurous. I had to bring him skiing. I had to bring him to a cottage. Like, I've introduced so much to you that
Going to a cottage is not adventure.
yeah, it is.
No, it's not. I flew a plane.
Done it before.
I flew in jets.
I was flown in a jet. I've been flown in things.
So bougie.
Military. Like I think I've done more adventurous things than you.
Okay.
All right.
In whichever.
We'll agree to disagree on that one.
Yeah, right. Who is more emotional? 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like slightly, but
Slightly.
Jason and I are like robots. We have like zero emotions, but like I'm like slightly more emotional than he is.
Mhm.
You guys they're still winning. Fix it.
Fix
it. There's only 2 more questions.
Are we done yet?
No, 2 more questions. Who does more housework?
Housework.
3, 2, 1.
You cheated.
Oh wait, I meant this one. I seriously did.
Not see.
I grabbed the wrong one.
You did it wrong. That's it. We lost. I'm gonna do the last question, but we lost anyway. Who has the better laugh? 3, 2, 1.
I have a better laugh.
No, you.
Thank you so much, you two, for playing this game along with us. You win
By one.
by 1, 2.
Two.
I misprinted something. But that was fun. Thank you so much for doing that. Rochelle is keeping. No, she's not.
Putting my pajamas back on.
You're putting your pants back on.
My pants back on.
Pants on. Thank you so much, my husband, for joining us here on our live stream for a minute. I appreciate that. I hope you guys enjoyed the game. Thank you so much for watching. We have more show to go on. I want to get into something else. Elena's watching, one of the managers for Urban Barn in Newmarket. She's a wonderful human being. She drinks as much wine, if not more wine, than I do. So I appreciate her. I do. So I want to talk about something with David here. I mean, David and Rochelle. So you guys recently, not recently, but I mean, everything's recent to me right now. Even we've been in a pandemic for a year, but you purchased a property in France, and it's a beautiful home. And I think you guys did. It's a vacation house, and I think you guys chose the right thing to do. And so I want to know what the area is like. Like, what kind of, is it in the city? Is it in a town? Like, what's the area kind of like?
So yeah, we bought effectively a cottage in France. compared to buying a cottage in Ontario. It's actually cheaper to buy a cottage in France than it is to buy a cottage in Ontario.
I believe that.
And yeah, so our logic behind it is when we enjoy traveling, and when we start thinking about retiring, we want to have a place that we can travel from. And being up in Northern Ontario is great, but you can only stay next to a lake when you're there.
Exactly.
So we got the place probably about 2, maybe 3 years ago now. It's in Western France, northwestern France, in a province called Brittany, immediately directly south of England. And it's effectively France's cottage country. It's the oldest part of the country in terms of, there's not a lot of big cities and stuff there. It's a small town. It's a university town, so there's lots of young people in the town, and it's an artist town. So there's lots of artists that come there to do their art, sculptors, painters, etc. So it's a very dynamic town in that sense, but it's a small town. It's about 15,000 people.
Okay.
And everybody knows everybody.
Right.
And that for us was sort of the biggest thing to get used to. When we bought the house, we didn't know the history of the place. We just saw the place, we liked it. But then as we got to the town and we started meeting the people, we realized that everybody in the town knew about us because we were Canadians from Toronto that bought the house in the town.
Right.
And then we got, I think it was the first long visit we were there. We got introduced to the town. We were invited to an event where the mayor was there and the deputy mayor and all the people and we were introduced to all of them. And I've never experienced that sort of thing, just that welcoming into a community that we experienced there.
Yeah.
Long answer. That's not quite a question you asked, but
no worries. I think that's super awesome that you guys have that. And I mean, you did it for the right reasons. I mean, you're right. Cottage country here is not cheap. I mean, not much here is cheap. But France is so beautiful, and it has the feeling of it, and just like the history that's like kept in the buildings there is just so beautiful. So I mean, you guys made a wonderful choice, and it actually feels more like a vacation home when it's that far away than if you were to drive 2 hours north from here, or 3 hours north from here, 4 hours north. It's like, it's actually a trip to get there. So I mean, I think that's really smart, and I think you guys did a really good job. So we have a few pictures, or I brought up a few pictures from you renovated the inside, and I didn't want to show all the pictures because there was about 7,400 of them, but I brought up a few pictures. So the first picture that we have here is the staircase. So I mean, these pictures I just like, so I don't really care if you do. But this is the view from the top floor all the way down to the bottom floor. And I mean, just the way the staircase kind of goes and how like spiral it is just so great. And it looks so tall, but like it's only 2 stories tall, correct?
It's 2.5. So the ground floor is actually the ceiling is very high. It's about 4 meters, which is
16 feet for you Americans.
Yeah, 16 feet. The ceiling height on the ground floor. The second floor is about 8 or 9 feet. No, more than that. About 10 feet.
Even more.
So the ceilings are high. So while it's two floors, it is actually quite high. I fell in love with the staircase when I saw the place. It's as you come in, it's at the back of the house, and you have sort of this curved staircase that go up to the second floor where the bedrooms are, and the third floor, which is the attic. And yes, it's just a stunning view.
I love that view, and I think like it's what I dream of. I love seeing that. I love seeing that you can see from the top floor down to the bottom. I think that's so cool. So our next photo that we have here is the washroom half done. I really like this wall that you're putting up. and the fact that you're having two different textures in the washroom. So this is just the paneling right now. It's going to be painted, and then the bathtub will be exposed in the next picture here. So why did you choose to, first of all, have the bathtub kind of like in this nook, and like what inspired you to have like this gorgeous kind of like wall feature right there?
So the house itself is almost 300 years old, and it was built before they had bathrooms and toilets inside the buildings. There used to be an outhouse in the back garden. And over the years, you know, the people that had the house sort of put bathrooms in the house. When we bought the house, the bathroom that was in the house at the time was in this dark corner, no windows, no natural light. It was just literally a room with a door. And you know, we really wanted to have a little bit more of a master bathroom. So we took one of the middle rooms that has a full window, which you can see just on the right-hand side. You can see the light. We took that room and we converted it into a bathroom with a bathtub on the one side and the shower and the sink on the other side. And then the door, sort of, as you stand outside of it, you look through the door and you can see the window right in front of you with the bathtub on the left and the shower on the right.
Right.
I wanted a feature bath. I wanted something I can soak in. I'm a bit of a soaker from time to time. So we put that bath in, and then I wanted a little bit more of the period paneling and stuff around it, just to fit the ambiance of the house. So that's why we did the panel like that.
Well, and I love that, because like just the coloring of the paneling with the wall and then the floor. I mean, it all, like, that the coloring in itself and like the look of it actually flows so well together. I can just imagine soaking in there and having this like peaceful ambiance, like this release of stress and everything. I mean, it's beautiful.
We haven't actually used it yet. We tried. Yeah. So we had a bit of a disaster in October, and we were there last year. They had just finished the bathroom. And Dwayne said, "I'm going to have a bath." So he got in the bathtub. Fortunately, didn't fill it all the way to the top. And as he let the water out, we realized the bathtub wasn't connected to the plumbing yet.
Oh no!
We
What
thought it
happened?
was. It looked like it was, but they had actually, when they put the paneling up, it closed off the plumbing. And the person that put the bath in, but didn't connect it because there was nothing to connect it to. So. So we ended up having water coming through the ceiling downstairs, and there's still, I actually got a picture of it a few weeks ago. There's still some moisture on the outside wall because it went through the stone, and it's still sitting in the outside wall. So yes, when you use a bath, make sure it's cut right into the walls.
Pro tip: when you have a renovation going on, make sure it's connected. Oh, that's hilarious. So the next picture we're going to take you to is the kitchen, my favorite place to be. So this is obviously during renovation. The countertops are gorgeous. I love that sink. That's a tub, first of all. It's a beautiful sink. The coloring of the cabinets is amazing. But the next picture coming up is the backsplash. So I want to know, this backsplash, like, it's amazing. I love this so much. Just the intricacy of it, it's busy without being too much, but it has like a great shape to it. Who decided on this pattern, and like what made you choose this one?
I chose the tile. So I'm also, because I'm the baker and cooker, kitchens are a big thing for me. So I wanted, because it's in like the French country and it's an older home, I wanted kind of that really old French kitchen look and feel. And that tile just screamed old farmhouse, cottagey kitchen to me.
I love it. No, but that's the thing too. It's like you have that countertop that's like it's wood countertop, and you have this tile, so it's like it kind of ties in that. You're right. The farmy kind of barnyardy kind of feel, but indoor. Like it makes it look very like sleek and clean, and and just the color of the cabinets. Like I'm scared of color in like houses, and like it's amazing. It's amazing that it can all kind of tie together and everything. Elena is wondering, can I move in with you? I love France and that looks beautiful. Yes, the house is gorgeous. It's what they've done with the renovations is amazing. So the next picture we have coming up is the backyard.
So
Don't answer that.
George, the answer is probably.
Yeah. Depending on how many people.
Depending on how many people, yes, it can certainly fit a investiture.
Yeah, I could see an investiture there for sure, comfortably. I mean, if everybody's willing to buy, plane tickets themselves, that's a very expensive investiture. So this is the backyard. You did some landscaping after this. So I just want to say there's the big tree in the back there and the flowers there. And then the next picture.
Well, so let's quickly just talk about this. This was the very first time we went to see the house.
Oh, okay.
And the cherry tree, the big tree you see on the on the left-hand side here. Yeah. Unfortunately, we discovered last year that it had a tree fungus and that it was dying. So it was a beautiful cherry tree. And for the first time when we were there 2 years ago, we had cherries from our own tree. And then against the back wall is a pear tree, and we have pears from our own tree, which was quite amazing. But yes, that tree is gone now. So if you go to the next picture, Dwayne, this is not this is not the best picture, but we planted 2 magnolias in line with the 2 principal windows. And each one of them represent one of my parents. My mom and dad both passed away in the last 5 or 6 years. And my mom's favorite tree was the magnolia, so we decided to plant one to represent each one of them in the backyard.
That's amazing. I love that. And I mean and how big are those going to grow?
Oof, I don't know. They're going to be big trees. They'll probably be 20 feet high, 25 feet high.
Yeah, but they're the way this particular strand or breed or what, I don't know how you call it, species. I don't know how you define species. Will stay in a column, so it won't get much wider on either side. It'll just go upwards. It'll get a little thicker, but it'll basically stay a column and go straight up.
It'll look like a spearhead. It'll have like that iconic tree shape that sort of goes to a tip with a wider base.
Great. That'll be so cool. I can't wait to see that. And do you have any other plans for the landscaping in the back there against the wall?
Yes. It'll take us many years to get there, but we plan to have more fruit trees on the back wall.
Oh, nice.
I cannot see it in this picture nor the previous picture, but there's an entire wall to the left, entire wall of rose bushes.
Ooh.
And I've never seen roses this big. They're literally like a saucer. I've seen like some of those roses.
Wow.
So yeah, it's I don't know. We need to be there more often to be able to actually invest in the garden. For now, it's just grass and trees, and
Well, and that's the thing. I mean, you guys are renovating that place, and like it's I'm sure it's difficult to do it from so far away. It's not, it's not like hey, can you come here real quick and look at this? It's like you're probably messaging or emailing back and forth and trying to figure it out. But I find that good for you guys for doing that. I mean, the reno is looking amazing. I can't wait to be able to visit at some point when we can all kind of go there and get out of this this place and go on like a little mini vacation and stuff like that. I just want to say hi to Emperor Vutran of Connecticut. Hello, darling. Nice to see you. I will be them. I'll be with them March something. It's in my calendar. I don't remember, but that's wonderful. So that was their house in France, everybody, their cottage in France, their vacation home. The Valois are such amazing people. If you don't know who they are, if you want to get to know them, please get to know them. Follow them on Instagram. You have Rochelle and David Valois. They're both on Instagram. They're both on Facebook. Rochelle was the one who started these live streams. I'm so happy to be a part of them. I'm so happy to be included in them. And I'm so happy that they're here in this live stream tonight. Again, if you do have $1, if you do have a minute, please donate to e-transfer to treasure@ticot.ca or go to our website, ticot.ca, and hit the donate button. I also noticed that Rochelle put on this background. I don't know why. I just noticed this now, but it's very Star Wars-esque. Can you tell me why, David? Because I have a very good feeling like you like Star Wars.
Sorry, we have to deal with a little bit of a dog emergency.
It's okay. I keep muting myself because my dog keeps barking too, so it's okay.
Yes, I'm a Star Wars fan.
So
So I like both Star Wars and Star Trek, but yes, Star Wars for sure.
okay, why did you not? Okay, cool. Okay, well, this show only has 10 more minutes. Let's get to it. So I heard you like Star Wars like maybe a couple weeks ago, and I love Star Wars. The trilogy that came out was amazing. The first trilogy, by the way, everybody calm down, was amazing. And I just rewatched from the prequels up until Return of the Jedi. So I watched 6 movies in the past 3 days.
Amazing what you can do when you don't have work to go to, correct?
All I have is time. And when Jason goes to bed, I literally just turn it on and it's just like right there. But I mean, so just to bring it full circle, which one, not one, but like which of the Star Wars is your favorite?
Return of the Jedi is my favorite.
Oh, so good.
Empire Strikes Back was really good as well. So between those two, I would say it's one or the other.
It's a toss.
I did not particularly enjoy the second 3, which was the first 3 in the series. The first 3 that you now saw.
The
things and all that kind of stuff. I didn't really like them as much.
Yeah.
The last 3 are really good, especially the very last one. But as you now watch them, you'll see the exact same storyline in each one of those 3 than the middle 3. So episodes, 4, 5, and 6, which is what the last 3 you just saw.
Yes.
So 7, 8, and 9 is essentially 4, 5, and 6, just a different generation. So it's weird, and I found that irritating.
Yeah, I haven't watched the ones after.
You'll really enjoy them, but you see a lot of repetition of the middle 3.
Oh, okay. So who's your favorite Star Wars character?
Darth Vader. I'm into the evil guys with a nice.
I love this. And Rochelle, do you have a favorite character for Star Wars?
No.
No, great. So I didn't know that you also like Star Trek as well, David. So my father loves Star Trek. That was every single time that we came home from school, my father was there watching Star Trek or like whatever. And so I grew up watching Star Trek as well, with my father. And I mean, I just remember like, you know, it's little toys in a box with like lights coming through. Like it was so good. It was so good. So what's like between Star Wars and Star Trek?
Ah.
I guess Star Trek was more of a
Star
like-
Trek is they're completely different genres, as you know yourself. Star Wars is I like the darkness of it. I like the evil empire and except that empire never learned how to shoot. But exactly,
What was that? Okay, sorry.
anyway, but it's a completely different ambiance to them. Where the Star Trek movies, what I enjoyed, I mean, it's all about everybody's happy and everybody loves each other and the Federation, this and this and that. But it's interesting especially when you go back to the original Star Wars and you start watching those series, how many of those gadgets that they predicted people would effectively have, we have today. A lot of the innovation that happened in technology, and you can actually hear people talk about this, some of these innovators talk about it, were inspired by watching Star Wars when they were growing up. Star Trek when they were growing up, and that actually inspired them to actually make some of these gadgets and devices. So I'm in the technology industry, so a lot of the interest in technology and where we are today is as a result of films like Star Trek.
It's true though, because like back then they were thinking of the future. So then literally like now we have the technology to kind of create something in and around the way that they were thinking of it. So I mean, yeah, I've seen it and I love it. I think it's so funny. I think what's Chantel saying? Star Wars is more space opera, whereas Star Trek is more sci-fi fandom. That's true. Yeah, that's true. But it's also like Star Trek is a television show, more of a television show, where Star Wars was a movie trilogy. So it was like, Star Trek, you had that storyline throughout so much, whereas Star Wars has this like intense 2-hour like get into it kind of thing. But Star Wars inspired you for something.
Star Wars inspired me for something? I don't know. Am I supposed to know the answer to that?
You makeup and special effects.
Yes, of course. Yes, of course. Sorry, the hat's tight. It's
okay.
easing the blood out of my brain. So not many people know this about me, but I was in the film industry myself. My dad was in the film industry, I grew up as a little kid in the film industry. And watching Star Wars really inspired me to want to be in film and be in special effects specifically. So much so, I actually applied for and was accepted to go to the film school at Los Angeles, the UCLA Film School. It didn't end up going because of cost and financial coming from South Africa. It was too expensive ultimately to go. But I spent a number of years in the industry. And I got my special effects makeup certification a number of years, many years ago now. But I specialized in special effects makeup and animation and those sort of things. So as a young 20-something, I was going to go into that career, and Star Wars inspired me to do that. Took a bit of a turn along the way, so I didn't end up in that career, but I still have that, which is great.
That's so cool. And I mean, now it's time for Rochelle and I to ask you questions. So with makeup, what is wrong with ours? No. So with your
I've given her a lot of critique.
Yeah.
Well, your eyebrow is too high. Your eyebrow is too high. But good question you asked that. The one thing I sucked at was beauty makeup. Like as part of the makeup artistry, you do all of it.
Yeah.
Loved horror makeup. I loved creature makeup and all that kind of stuff. Beauty makeup, I sucked at. I just couldn't get. I just didn't feel it. I didn't want to do it. It just no. So I cannot do that.
Well, that's the thing. You go either or. I feel, or you could be like good at both of them.
Yeah.
You can be great at one and like not so great at the other, or you can be good at both of them or like mediocre. Because like, I mean, the only kind of thing I have with like special effects makeup, the only knowledge I have of that are like the competition shows that they've had on television, where it's like, you know, they challenge them to do, you know, horror and gore, zombies, like all that stuff, and they're amazing. And then they're like, okay, now make this person editorial and like pretty, and they're like, what? they're like,
It's
so
hard. It's hard.
So we can't put prosthetics on them. We can't like do any of that stuff. And they're like, no, just make them naturally beautiful. And you're like, I don't get it. But I find that fascinating. And I mean, thank you so much for the two of you for being on this this live stream. You two are wonderful human beings. Again, everybody, follow them on Instagram, on Facebook. Follow the Imperial Court of Toronto, because I mean, these two are a force to reckon with. They inspire me continuously, and I'm very happy to call them my friends. I'm very happy that they're here on the live stream. Again, please give it up for Imperial Crown Prince 33 of the Imperial Court of Toronto, Mr. David Valois, and Imperial Crown Princess 33 of the Imperial Court of Toronto, Miss Rochelle Valois. Thank you so much, the two of you, for being here this evening. Give it up for them. Thank you so much. We'll talk soon.
Love you
Thank you
all.
for having us.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you all so much for joining us here for another live stream for the Imperial Court of Toronto, Reign 34. We are raising money for Toronto's PWA, the food program. If you can donate, please e-transfer to treasure@ticot.ca or go to our website, ticot.ca, and hit the donate button. If you can't, I hope you were entertained. I hope you were having so much fun with us on a Saturday. I had a lot of fun. We got to know the ICPs 33 tonight. David Valois joined us. Rochelle Valois joined us. Here's one more number, and I'll do my sign off.
You set me free. Every time your hands on me, I wanna be your way to shine. I can't deny the feeling that you're giving me. You lit the spark that set us apart. Oh no, don't run away from your love. No, don't turn away from the heart of the groove, from the way that we move. Feel the light we can lose. Kill the lights and look right at me. Close your eyes, you can see me all the way that I feel. Kill the lights and touch my body. Close your eyes, you can see me all the way that I feel. Come spin me around, let's get lost in the sound. Close your eyes, you can see me all the way that I feel. Touch my body, kill the lights tonight. Let's live a life. Tomorrow doesn't always come. Don't try to hide, let's have some fun. You can rely on anything or anyone who fights the love you have inside. Oh no, don't run away from your love. Don't turn away from the heart of the groove, from the way that we move. Feel the lights we can lose. Kill the lights and look right at me. Close your eyes, you can see me all the way that I feel. Kill the lights and touch my body. Close your eyes, you can see me all the way that I feel. Come spin me around, let's get lost in the sound. Close your eyes, you can see me all the way that I feel. Touch my body, kill the lights tonight.
Yay! Thanks so much, everyone, for joining us here on another fabulous live stream brought to you by the Imperial Court of Toronto. I want to thank my inspiring co-hosts, Imperial Crown Prince 33 David Valois and Imperial Crown Princess 33 Rochelle Valois. Congratulations to the winners of the St. Patrick's Day themed baskets from our auction we had at the beginning of the month. We raised $325. So thank you. Stay tuned for another auction coming your way soon. Coming up Wednesday, March 17th at 8 p.m., St. Patrick's Day with Imperial Crown Prince to reign 34, Okimawiyu Kevin, Imperial Crown Princess to reign 34, and Dora, and myself. March 20th at 8 p.m., we have a special Drag King live stream coming your way with host Imperial Crown Prince 32 Billy Blake, with guest Oliver Closeoff from Port Hope and Prince Justin Case from the Imperial Court of Los Angeles and Hollywood. Make sure to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. For more information, to donate, to become a member, or to contact us, please visit our website at www.ticot.ca. Remember, flattening the curve starts with you at home. Stay safe, social distance, and wear a mask. We're in this together. Crown your heart, not your head. Have an amazing rest of your weekend. We'll see you soon.
It's a 16 block in the dark.